Okay, so my low pretty much happened like just a second ago. Well, I say low because I kind of scared myself a little bit. See, you guys know this about me. I'm not very technologically savvy. I mean, I don't even know how to edit a video. That's why the videos are always in this format. But I'm going through my storage because it got to the time where I should probably delete some of it. But there are a few things that I hold on to just for the sake of, you know, keeping it safe. I mean, every photo I have is always, I immediately email it to myself and I store it on my computer. But, there are a few photos that I do want to keep just for the sake of, here's my stuff, just for the sake of showing off. Oh, I shouldn't say showing off, but if I want to, I guess, I can't think of a better word than showing off. But my point is, I literally almost completely deleted my favorite photo of my nephews. Seriously, I'm like, oh no, I gotta make sure. But I figured out how to recover. On your phone, you press delete, but then you go to delete albums, go to recover, and yeah, I saved that photo. So, yeah, pretty much did. So that was my low, scaring the bejeepers out of myself. My high is, obviously, saving the photo. Watching the Masked Singer last night, which I will be getting into momentarily. If you never really think of anything else. My act of kindness. What was my act of kindness yesterday? Outside of recycling, I don't really know what else I did yesterday would qualify as an act of kindness. So, I recycle whenever I can, in case anyone was wondering. So, yeah. All in all, it's been a pretty decent, a couple of days. Anything other than that? Not really. So, let's get into some of the main agendas today. Good morning and happy Thursday, everyone. Well, actually, there is one thing I do have to do today. Well, before I get into it, there is one thing I do have to do today, and that is, back when I graduated from college, things were going, pretty well. Just sort of enjoying myself, and I didn't really know what to do, but, I do various, things or whatever. And around this time, literally today, on November 5th, 2013, my aunt had passed away. It was actually, by my recollection, at that time, it was the first major death in my family since probably my great-grandmother back in 2000. So it was quite a while, to say the least. I mean, yeah, I had other family members die, per se, but they were very distant cousins or, something akin to that. But, this is, the first major legitimate death in my family since, again, when my great-grandmother died back in 2000. So, every day, on the day of a family member's passing, I go to, their gravesite. So, for example, today, I will be visiting, my aunt's gravesite. So, it's something I try to do. I mean, I accidentally missed my great aunt. Sorry, I forgot about that. Well, actually, luckily, my great aunt's gravesite is pretty much all my family is pretty close to each other at the cemetery I go to. So, I'll be able to, I just go to pay my respects. To be perfectly honest, I'm not really there for that long. I think last time I saw my aunt, I was there for 5, maybe 6 minutes. I mean, I don't need to be there long. Just, stop by, pay respects, do that sort of thing. So that is most definitely on my agenda today. In fact, I'm probably going to be doing that shortly after this video concludes. So, how about I talk about something a little less grim? How about I talk about The Masked Singer last night? Okay, for starters, having the Season 2 winner, Wayne Brady, a.k.a. The Fox, as your guest judge already makes this episode worth watching. Because he came on disguised as Mr. TV, with like a TV over his head so no one can see him. And I actually guessed who he was. I'm like, is that Wayne Brady? And it was. So, yeah, it's the first time I've been right about The Masked Singer, even though it wasn't one of the main contestants. Well, technically it was a main contestant, just not last night. So, seeing him again on The Masked Singer, so really seeing any alumni from The Masked Singer is already a pleasure. It is. Because, they've all been there, they'll pretty much do whatever it took to try and win. And, it was great. And Jay McCarthy Wahlberg actually made a very interesting point about how all 3 of the groups are, grouped together, I guess. I mean, I didn't necessarily have a problem with it, but I did have a little bit of concern. Because the way that she described it was Group C, which performed last night, were more like the sort of goofy costume characters. And Groups A and B were your powerhouses. Not for nothing, Miss McCarthy, if you're ever watching this, but you made it sound like you don't really have any powerhouses in Group C. Which, really every single group has a powerhouse in some capacity, if you will. I mean, without question, if I'm picking the best singer from Group A, it's the Sun. Without question, if I'm picking the best singer from Group B, it's the Seahorse. For Group C, on the other hand, I can see why you can maybe have a little bit of a difficulty figuring out, who the best singer in that one is. But for me, I gotta go with the Jellyfish. And this is actually something that maybe I brought this up last week, but they were saying that the Jellyfish was nervous. I didn't quite get that. But if that was being nervous last week, this week was a complete 180. Because the Jellyfish killed it. I mean, I really do put her up there with the Seahorse and the Sun. I really do. I mean, again, it's going to be up in the air depending on who's going to make it to the final 3. But it'll still be interesting to watch. Although, with that being said, it really is looking like this will be the second season in a row where the winner of The Masked Singer was a woman. Not that I have anything wrong with that, it's just something I noticed. Actually, there wouldn't be anything wrong with that at all. Who am I kidding? So, with that said, last night I did say Group C performed last night. So the mushroom, the broccoli, the jellyfish, and the squiggly monster. And I really do need to apologize for something. I can definitely see that the mushroom is a guy now. Although, the fact that in the clues the mushroom said prom queen kind of made me on edge. Maybe it is someone in the LGBTQIA community, which technically narrows it down, but I never really think of anyone from that group. Not that I shouldn't, just, didn't really occur to me. So, apparently the mushroom and the broccoli formed an alliance. Okay. That's fine. Sorry. Man, I went to bed early last night. Why am I... It's just, I've been trying to go to bed early. Right. So after the jellyfish performed, then they got to the unmasking, and it turned out that the squiggly monster lost, which Honestly, as awesome as the Squiggly Monsters performance was, I still felt like that performance was weaker than the other three. So, with that out of the way, the Squiggly Monster wound up being Bob Saget, which is pretty awesome. And yes, apparently the dad from Full House can't get no satisfaction. See that's the I can't get no satisfaction from the Rolling Stones. That's the song he performed last night. So with that taken care of, by my count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 contestants left. So it's still up in the. I mean, I still think the Sun, the Seahorse, and probably the Jellyfish are the best from each respective groups. But it's still early to call as to whether or not all three of them are going to be in the finals. It'll be. I mean, don't get me wrong. It'll be fun to watch though. Although the best thing that happened last night, outside of watching The Masked Singer, was they're coming out with The Masked Dancer. Christmas just came early for me. Because, I mean, I watched The Masked Dancer. Why not? You know, Craig Robinson, I like Craig Robinson. He's a great host. And honestly, it should be really fun. That should be a fun show. And it's premiering in December. I don't know when in December. Because I get the feeling like, hold on. Maybe if it was very, very late December. Because I'm worried, like, with The Masked Singer, there's 10 contestants left on The Masked Singer. You're going to have 7, maybe 8 episodes left because the finals is always 3 people. I'm worried, like, the Masked Singer's time slot and the Masked Dancer's time slot could clash unless they do it on a different night, which maybe. I don't know. I have to see what they do. Still should be a fun watch, though. Just like tonight's football game, which I will be talking about right now. Okay, so, my pick for today. Excuse me. See, the Packers and the 49ers. Definitely a tough call for this one. I mean, the Packers started off pretty darn well, but lately have been kind of, plateauing a little bit. Meanwhile, the 49ers have, they haven't been getting better, but they've still been struggling too. This is tough. Because, actually, I should mention, this is basically a rematch of the NFC Championship game last year, in which San Francisco completely destroyed Green Bay. So Green Bay is probably going to be really upset from what happened. I'm sure they probably thought about it. Problem is, I don't know. This is a difficult call to make. You know what? I think I'll go for the home team. I'll go for the San Francisco 49ers. I really think... Actually, do I want to? I don't know. This is something... Gosh. You know what? Yeah, I'll go for the... I think George Kittle's back. I think... never mind. I'll go Green Bay. I'm picking Green Bay. I think after the loss to the Vikings on Sunday, the Green Bay Packers are angry. So, I'm picking Green Bay over San Francisco. Now, honestly, the only thing left to talk about is we have a new Hot Ones episode today. That's going to be fun. Can't wait to watch that. So weedy. Wonder how... again, I speculated on this yesterday. What sort of, questions Sean's going to ask. Obviously he's going to ask how she's been holding up during this whole pandemic thing. He's obviously going to ask her about, some of her past and, building up to the career that she has. again, if you couldn't tell, this is a celebrity that I have no idea who it is. So, again, that's a great thing about Hot Ones. If it's a celebrity I don't know, this is a great opportunity to learn more about them. So, it should be fun all the same. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me on social media platforms, turn notifications on YouTube. I'm very humble in this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or channel, it's going to be here to let you know. I'll be back. Take care and make good choices. Like watch Hot Ones in football today. See ya.